Respect yourself, and others will respect you. Have you ever been cut off mid-sentence in a meeting or received a rude comment online? It's easy to let such disrespectful moments worry you. But what if there was a way to handle these situations with grace and strength? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, provides powerful tools to do exactly that. Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus from external actions to internal resilience, changing the way we respond to challenges. It equips us with strategies to maintain composure, such as viewing challenges in the context of the broader universe, recognizing the temporary nature of discomfort, and focusing on the positives in our lives. This approach doesn't just help us manage negative interactions, but enhances our overall well-being, allowing us to live more fulfilled lives. This philosophy emphasizes the importance of perspective. By changing the lens through which we view situations, we can reclaim our emotional power and turn potential conflicts into opportunity for personal development. So, what can Stoicism offer in the face of disrespect? To go further on this issue, we will go into today's discussion. 1. Keep your calm. Imagine you're at a party where a firecracker is set off. It dazzles with a loud burst of noise and a brilliant flash of light, captivating everyone's attention for a fleeting moment. However, almost as quickly as it grabs the spotlight, it fizzles out, leaving behind nothing but smoke and remnants. This vivid explosion, while initially impressive, marks the demise of the firecracker. It loses its form and its power instantly. Now consider this scenario as a metaphor for emotional outbursts. When someone disrespects you, it's natural to feel that surge of anger or frustration. At that moment, the emotion feels justifiable, and you might even think it's your right to express it fully. However, reacting impulsively in these situations is akin to the firecracker's fate. By giving in to an emotional explosion, you're essentially giving away your power. This reaction allows the disrespect to dictate your emotions and actions, making you predictable and reactive. Just like the firecracker, you become loud and flashy, yet ultimately powerless. So, how can you maintain your composure and power in these situations? Start with something as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you feel that initial surge of anger. This act can help trigger your body's relaxation response, calming your nervous system and allowing you to think more clearly rather than reacting on impulse. Incorporating mindfulness exercises can also be beneficial. Whether it's focusing intently on your surroundings or repeating a calming mantra, these practices can ground you in the present moment and prevent your emotions from taking over. Another powerful tool is mental reframing. Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." When faced with disrespect, it might feel like a personal attack, but if you reframe the situation, perhaps considering that the person might be having a bad day or might not be aware of how their words affect others, you can change your emotional response. This shift in perspective allows you to take back control and respond in a way that maintains your dignity and power. By mastering these techniques, you ensure that no one can steal your shine. You can't control others' actions, but you can certainly control your reactions. Staying calm and collected in the face of disrespect not only keeps your inner peace intact, but also preserves your power and integrity. 2. Reflect on yourself. Suppose you're strolling through your neighborhood and notice someone littering. This act doesn't make you a litterer. Rather, it highlights the individual's personal habits and values. Similarly, when someone disrespects you, it's often a reflection of their own struggles, insecurities, or a bad day, rather than a statement about you. It's important not to react impulsively in these situations. Instead, taking a moment to reflect can be beneficial. Consider whether your own actions might have inadvertently provoked the response. Sometimes, what seems like a minor oversight or a harsh tone on our part can trigger a disproportionate reaction from others. Understanding these triggers can help you navigate future interactions more smoothly. Also, consider whether there might be a grain of truth in their harsh words or actions. Even in criticism delivered disrespectfully, there can be insights that prompt personal growth. Whether it's acknowledging a missed deadline or realizing you weren't fully present in a conversation, these realizations can be valuable. Marcus Aurelius noted that the quality of our thoughts greatly influences our happiness. This perspective is crucial when dealing with disrespect. By choosing to reflect rather than react, we maintain our mental equilibrium and open ourselves to growth. In this way, we treat acts of disrespect not as personal affronts, but as opportunities to enhance our understanding and improve our conduct. This approach not only preserves our peace of mind, but also empowers us to develop a more composed and insightful response to the challenges we face. 3. Learn to pause. Consider the regret that often follows sending an email in a rush of frustration or blurting out a comment in a meeting that only escalates the situation. These moments are too common, illustrating how quick, heated reactions can lead to regrettable decisions. It's akin to trying to hit a target while blindfolded. The odds of success are minimal. In such tense situations, the power of taking a momentary pause cannot be overstated. This simple step might seem trivial, yet it provides substantial benefits. Here's how you can implement this strategy during critical moments. Start by taking a few deep breaths to stabilize your emotions and thoughts. If possible, count silently to 10, providing a buffer that lets your rational mind catch up with your emotions. Alternatively, excuse yourself for a brief walk or a moment alone, which can help dissipate the intensity of your feelings. This pause creates a necessary cooling-off period, allowing you to clearly assess what triggered your reaction and consider the most constructive response. Instead of reacting spontaneously, you have the opportunity to develop a reply that is assertive yet respectful, aiming for a constructive outcome rather than compounding the problem. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, warned that anger not only affects the present, but reinforces a habit of being controlled by impulsive reactions. By opting to pause, you break this cycle. Choosing this approach shifts control from quick reactions to reasoned responses, significantly enhancing your ability to manage challenging situations with effectiveness and grace. Before moving on to the next part, don't forget to click the subscribe button to continue watching other useful videos. 4. Have empathy. Disrespectful behavior can often be likened to a bad smell. It's unpleasant and usually signals deeper issues. Imagine encountering someone who snaps at you in a grocery store line. This outburst could stem from a myriad of personal struggles they are facing, whether it's a terrible day, a personal crisis, or simply feeling overwhelmed. In response to such behavior, taking their words personally might be your initial reaction, but practicing empathy can shift your perspective dramatically. Consider the possible reasons behind their distress. Maybe they are stressed about work, worried about a family member, or are just having an exceptionally bad day. Understanding the why behind someone's disrespect can lead you to respond with compassion rather than judgment. This approach not only smooths over the immediate situation, but also helps in maintaining your own peace of mind. As the philosopher Epictetus advised, seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves. This suggests that our true happiness comes from how we react to the world around us, not from the external world itself. By choosing empathy when faced with disrespect, you enable yourself to remain unaffected by external negativity and maintain your inner calm. This not only fosters more positive interactions, but also enhances your overall emotional well-being. 5. Concentrate on virtue. Imagine a knight clad in gleaming armor, shielded against fierce blows, and standing resolute in the midst of battle. This armor not only protects them physically, but also instills confidence to face dangers. Similarly, your personal values and character act as emotional armor, shielding you from the sting of disrespect. When you encounter disrespect, the natural response might be to feel hurt or angry. However, the strength of your foundational principles can significantly dampen these feelings. If your core is built on solid virtues, the harsh words of others lose much of their impact. Like the knight's armor, your values enable you to maintain dignity and composure under fire. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, underscores the importance of cultivating key virtues that help you stand firm against life's adversities. These virtues include courage, which is not about confrontation, but about steadfast belief in your convictions; justice, which involves a commitment to fairness and ethical behavior; and wisdom, which allows you to make reasoned decisions rather than those based on fleeting emotions or external pressures. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "Virtue is nothing else than right reason." Adhering to these principles fosters an inner strength that changes how you interact with the world. With this inner fortitude, acts of disrespect don't easily unsettle you. They simply roll off your back. You derive your self-esteem and worth not from others' opinions, but from your own moral compass. By living a life aligned with these Stoic virtues, you do more than protect yourself. You lead a life of peace, dignity, and profound self-respect. This approach not only helps in managing interpersonal interactions, but also enriches your overall emotional well-being. 6. Embrace acceptance. Trying to control the wind is as futile as trying to grasp air with your hands. It simply flows freely, regardless of your efforts. This concept is similar to attempting to control other people's behavior, particularly when it involves trying to make someone act respectfully towards you. Just like you can't direct the wind, you can't compel someone to respect you. The true power lies in acceptance. Start by acknowledging the reality. Someone has disrespected you. It's an unpleasant fact, but it is what it is. You must accept that you cannot control their actions, only your reaction. This realization is pivotal in determining how you choose to respond. Faced with this situation, you have a choice. Do you mirror their disrespect, lowering yourself to their level, or do you choose to maintain your dignity and composure? This decision is crucial as it not only affects this interaction, but also shapes your character. Epictetus, the ancient philosopher, emphasized the wisdom in focusing on what we have, rather than grieving over what we don't. By embracing things we cannot change, we free ourselves from needless frustration and direct our energies towards what truly matters, how we conduct ourselves and uphold our values in response to the world around us. Acceptance does not just help us manage difficult situations, it also brings a deeper sense of freedom and contentment, allowing us to live more resiliently and peacefully. 7. Use humor. Consider a situation where two individuals are moments away from a heated argument with tension thick in the air. Suddenly, one person delivers a timely joke, and just like that, the mood shifts. Tension dissipates and laughter fills the room. This instance illustrates the profound impact humor can have in diffusing confrontations. Humor serves as an effective tool to disarm. When deployed correctly, a witty retort can transform a potentially explosive situation into a moment of levity, leaving the initiator of disrespect momentarily speechless and the atmosphere much lighter. Similarly, injecting a playful joke into the conversation can soften the harshness of a rude comment, providing a reminder that the issue at hand might not be as severe as it appears. Drawing from the wisdom of Seneca, who believed mastering oneself includes discerning what should not be taken seriously. Humor clearly plays a crucial role in navigating social interactions. It allows one to stay composed and in control, rather than succumbing to the tension of the moment. Reflecting on historical figures like Diogenes the Cynic can also provide insight into the power of humor. When faced with Alexander the Great's imposing declaration, "I am Alexander the Great," Diogenes' light-hearted "and I am Diogenes the dog" not only showcased his wit but also diffused any potential conflict, leading to laughter instead of confrontation. It's essential, however, to approach humor carefully. The objective is to alleviate tension, not to provoke or escalate it. Steering clear of sarcasm or spiteful jokes and opting instead for gentle, inclusive humor helps ensure that the interaction moves towards resolution and camaraderie rather than deteriorating further. This approach not only shields one from negativity, but also fosters an environment of understanding and mutual respect. 8. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries in our personal and professional lives are much like a fence in a garden. They keep out what could potentially harm our well-being. Adopting principles from Stoicism, which encourages emotional control, does not imply that one should accept disrespect. Instead, it teaches the importance of asserting one's self-respect and establishing clear limits. To effectively set these boundaries, start by identifying behaviors that you find disrespectful. These could range from interruptions during conversations to derogatory comments or gossip. Clearly understanding your limits is crucial for the next step: communication. When someone crosses these boundaries, it's important to address the behavior directly. Using I statements like "I feel disrespected when you interrupt me" helps to communicate your feelings without casting blame and opens the door to more constructive dialogue. Maintaining clarity and consistency with your boundaries is vital. By explicitly stating your expectations and uniformly enforcing them, you prevent misunderstandings and strengthen your stance. This consistent approach ensures that your boundaries are respected. Stoicism supports this process by emphasizing the cultivation of inner strength and the importance of self-respect. By staying calm and composed, especially in challenging situations, you avoid impulsive reactions that can weaken your position. Stoic practices help in clearly articulating your needs and responses, ensuring that your boundaries are understood and maintained. Moreover, knowing your values and principles gives you the confidence to enforce your boundaries, standing firm against disrespect. This isn't about shutting people out, but about fostering an environment where respect is mutual and communication is open. This not only enhances personal relationships, but also promotes a respectful interaction dynamic that benefits everyone involved. 9. Choose forgiveness. Carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks can significantly burden you, restricting your movements and making it difficult to enjoy your journey. In a similar way, holding on to anger and resentment towards someone who has disrespected you can weigh down your emotional well-being. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It isn't about condoning disrespectful behavior or pretending it never happened. Instead, it's about releasing the negative emotions, anger, resentment, bitterness that you carry within. By practicing forgiveness, you lighten your emotional load, gain peace of mind, and free yourself to focus on more positive experiences and relationships. Starting on the path to forgiveness involves acknowledging the hurt caused by the disrespect and allowing yourself to fully feel the emotions associated with it, such as anger or sadness. The goal is not to dwell on these feelings, but to make a conscious decision to let them go for your own well-being. This process doesn't mean you forget what happened, but rather that you release the emotional hold it has on you. Stoic philosophy supports this approach, suggesting that while forgiveness is essential, it should not be indiscriminate. Forgiving is primarily for your benefit, not for the person who wronged you. It allows you to move forward without the chains of past grievances. Thus, forgiving someone who has disrespected you doesn't imply that they receive a free pass for their actions. You can still hold them accountable and set clear boundaries to prevent future disrespect. However, forgiveness enables you to not be defined by past negativity, allowing you to engage more fully and positively with life. 10. Change your perspective. When you look at a painting through a magnifying glass, you focus on tiny details and miss the overall beauty and context of the artwork. Similarly, when you experience disrespect, focusing intensely on that negative moment can prevent you from seeing the bigger picture of your life. Stoicism teaches the importance of adjusting your perspective to view situations more objectively and regain control over your emotional responses. Stoics suggest several methods to help shift your perspective. Consider the cosmic view, realizing that in the grand scheme of the universe, this moment of disrespect might not be as significant as it feels. Remember that the discomfort it causes is temporary and will pass. Instead of dwelling on the negative, redirect your attention to the positives in your life, such as your relationships, achievements, and personal values. Marcus Aurelius, a proponent of Stoicism, once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This implies that by changing how you perceive events, you change how you experience the world. You have the choice to see an act of disrespect as either a minor irritation or as an opportunity for personal growth. An example from history involves Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, who responded to the theft of his lamp by considering the thief's need rather than his own loss, saying, "Not at all surprising that someone who needs a lamp would take it." This perspective allowed him to maintain his composure and focus on the situation objectively. Changing your perspective does not mean ignoring or trivializing disrespectful behavior. Instead, it empowers you to choose how you react, ensuring that you are not emotionally hijacked by the incident. This approach protects and enriches your emotional well-being, enabling you to face life's challenges with greater resilience and insight. Stoicism isn't just an ancient philosophy. It's a practical toolkit that empowers you to handle disrespect with poise and resilience. By mastering your reactions, you can navigate challenging interactions without compromising your tranquility. I encourage you to delve deeper into Stoicism and experiment with the techniques we've discussed. Whether it's maintaining your calm, shifting your perspective, or embracing forgiveness, these strategies are designed to fortify your emotional armor. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you found these insights valuable, remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more content on how Stoicism can transform your life. I'd love to hear how you apply these Stoic principles. Please share your experiences in the comments below. And if this video resonated with you, comment with the number 1, share it with friends, and join our community as we explore more empowering philosophies together.